Coaches Collaboration Podcast presents
Take Note Tuesday.
Oh, I'm sorry. You don't have a lot of time? No problem.
Each week, we'll pick a topic and drop some knowledge in a short, concise mini-episode.
Take Note Tuesday is a production of the Coaches Collaboration Podcast, hosted by Cole Warren of Salutum Health and Performance, Josh Pearson of The Complete Athlete, produced by Brooke Stevens.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are ready to start up.
Let's go!
Today I'm talking to you guys about 5 easy habits that are going to make you a better athlete. And the best athletes in the world, they follow these habits. The first one is sleep. So we all know that sleep is going to be better for us and better for our recovery. But these are just some easy things that you guys can do to make sure that you guys are sleeping to your fullest. Because if you're not sleeping very well, you're not going to be recovering as well as you could. So I'm not trying to say you need to sleep longer, which if you can sleep longer, that's always a good thing. But here are some things that can make it a little bit better for you to sleep and kind of slip into that sleep. So if you guys are working out late at night, be sure you guys take a shower, maybe even cool your body down, maybe a little colder shower, maybe a really hot shower, so that your body has to cool itself. Getting into a certain or a specific evening ritual can be really good as well. So if you guys always do the same 5 things every time before you go to bed, that's just going to get your body kind of in the mode to falling asleep. The earlier you can fall asleep before midnight, the better, because you guys are actually going to be kind of doubling down on your sleep. We want your room to be kind of cold, anywhere between 65 and 68 degrees. If you guys can't get your room pitch black, you guys should get your hands on like an eye mask. It could be something fancy. It could just be anything black, just so that your eyes can't pick up all that light in your room. If you guys don't have a special place for your phones to be, make sure you guys are putting your phones outside of your room. Not only will you not hear it vibrate or buzz or whatever, but there's actually a buzz that comes off of your phone that can keep you awake. And if it's within arm's reach, you're most likely going to reach and grab it. Try not to have too much water before you go to bed. About an hour out, you guys should be stopping. And with food, I know some of you guys are working out late at night, but hey, if you can make sure that meal is outside of 2 hours before you go to bed, that'll be a lot better for you. The second habit that I think all athletes should get into, and I've said it here a bunch of times, is make sure when you guys go to the gym you have a notebook and a pen with you. Not just to track your weights and the reps and the sets, and that's great and all, but how you're feeling. Maybe weights felt great. Maybe you're writing down in the margins what kind of your RPE is. Even if you're a percentage athlete, sometimes writing down how things felt can motivate you for the next workout, or maybe in the future when you're looking back, you might see, holy crap, for 6 of these exercises in a row or 6 workouts in a row, whatever, it was way too easy or way too hard. And if you guys aren't taking notes on what's going on, you're never really going to be able to progress, just because you don't know where you're struggling or where it's easy for you. Also, I'll write down random thoughts that I have, because sometimes they just swirl around in my head. So if I'm able to write it down, it kind of allows me to move on and kind of refocus what I'm trying to think about. Another habit I'll do with the notebook is I'll just look at it. Maybe it's just before the workout, right before the next exercise or whatever. I keep looking at it just to keeping my brain in the game. And lastly, what I'll do is I'll write down things like a certain cue. Maybe it's I'm pushing through my legs, or whatever that cue might be for the day. I'll write that down. That way next week I can look at it and say, maybe I don't need this cue. But again, without that notebook, you don't really know where you're at. So I talked about this third one when I talked about sleep. It's a good idea to take a shower after your workout, right? But maybe you're not working out late in the day and you work out in the morning. It's always a good habit to try to get out of your wet clothes. That way your body can breathe. You're less likely to sit around in your own sweat. That can actually really slow down your recovery if your body is just kind of not in a good place. So again, let your skin breathe. Take those gross clothes off. Don't sit in them all day. Even underwear. Some people, what they'll do is just take their clothes off, but then they'll wear the same, underwear. Please switch that out after your workout. That's a really easy way for your body to get sick. And it's also an easy way for your body to recover if you have dry clothes on all the time. And this fourth one is a little bit longer. It's kind of simple. A simple reminder is to salt your foods, and that's great and all. But when your body is recovering, so a lot of people know about glycogen in your muscle, right? The sugar in your muscle. That's what provides your muscle with energy, right? With water and other vitamins and minerals. But anyway, glycogen. So your body has multiple ways of shuttling that sugar, that energy into your muscle. And certainly one of them is you need sugar. You need dextrose in your body. Great. Okay. A lot of people will do like Sour Patch Kids or Swedish Fish or something like that. I'm a white rice kind of guy. It's easy for me to make, and for me, it's a lot easier to digest. And that sugar kind of leaves me in a coma afterward. Another way is fructose. So if you're not eating oranges or orange juice or, some type of a fructose source, I'm not saying high fructose corn syrup. That's not exactly what I'm getting at. But another way that your body can help shuttle those sugars you just took in is salt. Okay, so you will recover quicker and better if you get a little bit of salt in you after a workout and throughout the day. Okay, because there's energy pathways that require sodium in order to shuttle energy. And again, if you don't have that sodium in your system, you're not going to be able to utilize that. So again, we got dextrose, we got fructose, and make sure you guys are salting your foods so that you guys have the fastest recovery. Now, after your workout, some people are of the belief that, you need a really fast sugary drink or something like that. What I usually tell people is the best way to recover is kind of to eat your post-workout meal in 2 sittings. So the first sitting should be that, your dextrose, your white rice, whatever, with your fruit and some salt, maybe even a little bit of caffeine. And you've probably heard Cole and me talk about this on the podcast. But have that maybe 20 minutes before you have anything with fat or protein in it. Just make sure that your body, understands and gets the energy that it needs back. Because again, protein takes a long time to digest, and it'll slow down your body's ability to digest those carbs that you need right now. And fat has really good about slowing down your digestion, which can be great if it's late at night and you guys are kind of nighttime eaters. But after a workout, we want that energy in. So again, 20 minutes, have some salt, have some dextrose, have some fructose, have a little caffeine, and then maybe a half an hour after that, okay, now you can have that protein, now you can have that meat, that fat, that peanut butter, whatever it is you're into. And the fifth and final habit that can make any athlete better is always have a backup plan. So Josh, what do you mean? I'm not saying, when you decide to puss out and not try very hard, you have a backup plan. But have a backup plan for maybe you have some issues. Maybe your knees are hurting a little bit too much and you just can't warm up past it. Maybe you're not going to back squat today. Maybe you've got belt squats or front squats or something planned so that you're staying as specific as possible, but letting your body rest. Now, I bring this up because the other night, I had a terrible night's sleep. So terrible that I woke up and actually felt exhausted. So I went into the gym and I'm like, all right, so I feel completely burnt out. I'm supposed to be doing these snatches. It's probably not even safe for me to attempt because I am exhausted. So my backup plan was to do some overhead squat technique, to do some lighter stuff but more technique based. It allowed me to get my workout in like an hour. I got out of there. But I had a backup plan so that it's still going to help me progress because I needed to work on some things when it comes to an overhead squat. So that's the perfect time on the days that I just feel like crap. But again, it's going to set the stage so that I'm continuing to enhance my performance and my technique. For a lot of people, that might be the perfect day for you to do arms. So with my athletes that are more into bodybuilding and weight loss, they always ask me, Josh, when do I do core specific like ab work, arm work, stuff like that? And rather than just burning out one particular muscle group in your body constantly, week in and week out, usually I tell people, make that I just don't feel like doing a goddamn thing today. Maybe it's 40 below and I don't really want to go into the gym, but I'm going to anyway. That's the time to bust out those exercises that you really want, those feel-good exercises too, just to kind of keep you motivated and keep you working. It's, one step above doing cardio in my opinion. But again, if that's what it takes for you to get in that one workout because you just don't feel like it, that's your backup plan. But again, make sure you have a backup plan because if you don't have a backup plan and you feel like crap, you're just going to talk yourself out of doing what you should to improve. So maybe in the back of your mind, you tell yourself, okay, this phase, I'm having a big problem with, I don't know, I bounced the bar off my chest, or maybe I have triceps that are kind of lagging behind my chest and my shoulders, or whatever it is, kind of make that note. And that's why you have that notebook. Make that note where, hey, if you have a terrible day and you're supposed to do a really heavy single and it's just not going to happen today, maybe today is the day you bust out that close grip bench, or you work on just triceps or something like that, so that you won't feel as bad that you didn't do that big bench that you were supposed to. But hey, you at least are setting the stage to try to improve upon your bench in the future. So again, those are your 5 good habits for an athlete that wants some easy ways to make sure that they are progressing.
Take Note Tuesday will drop every Tuesday.
Obviously.
What do you mean you haven't subscribed yet? What the hell are you waiting for?
Take Note Tuesday is a production of the Coaches Collaboration Podcast. Next episode drops Thursday.